Hey guys, Dragonstaraoe. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna make the last boom build order that I'm ever gonna make on this channel. This is the final version, unless some meta changes happen or something. This will be the final one. This is your 27 plus 2 4 town center boom for pocket on arena specifically. You can use it on other maps, but for Black Forest you have extra boards, you have some extra fishing ships and stuff that you can make on the pond, so it's not applicable for that. This is very specific for a pure boom scenario where you're not getting pressured on an arena as the pocket player and you want to play for a very expensive unit composition. I'm going to explain this with Magyars because they have no economy bonuses, and I'm going to try to get to Paladin because it's one of the most expensive upgrades to get to and get to 200 population as quickly as I can. Okay, let's jump into the game and I'll explain every single uh, choice I'm gonna actually end up taking while I'm doing it. So the start is gonna be very simple. You go 6 on food, your usual. That's not really gonna change. And we're gonna look for our deers and our boar. If you do not have a boar or deer map, the way you actually want to lure your bunnies is by putting a diagonal palisade gate and pushing them towards the town center. If you have a deer map, the game is much easier, but if you don't have one, I'll show you how to do it. So 6 on food into 4 on word. You can take it as like a bunny luring tutorial as well. Since you're playing pocket arena, you don't really have to move out from your base until you're in feudal age. So I don't even recommend going outside. If your allies are being annoying about helping with the scout, tell them to fuck off and just focus on pushing your bunnies instead. You'll just have a better start. Now that we have our 4 on word on the way almost, the time to get the bunnies in is going to be a little bit later than your usual timing. Pro thing you can do is use the boar, use the scout to actually take the boar, because you're going to save a bunch of your villager walk time towards the boar, which I recommend. If you are high enough to do this, hit the boar twice with your scout and then let it hit your boar scout twice so that it follows, and the new villagers will allow you to kill the boar under the town center without having to waste any villager walk time. Scout is your boar luring unit more than it is something that you can use on arena to fight against your opponent's stuff. There is nothing to hit, so we use our boar's hit points to trade it for the boar HP and luring. I'm just gonna wait until I have 150 food on my second boar before I take my second boar. I'll take the second boar. Let it hit me twice so that it follows. Make a zigzag. You can do the stop micro if you want, if you are good at it. But those would be the ways I would recommend doing it. 4 on word, 10 on the food under the town center usually. You can do 8 to 10 depending on how much hunt you have under your stuff. So right now I have 1 boar. So I would actually just want to so the thing is, you want to make a diagonal between the rabbit so that you can push them on the other side through the diagonal. If you watched Red Phosphorus example of how to lure deers, this is the way he does it. And the easiest ways to do it is with the palisade gate. You can make palisades, but a palisade gate is just a much faster way of setting this thing up. You can extend the last few palisades like that. The next thing you want is 5 on berries. And then make 2 farms. The new villager goes to the wood and the bunny will actually go into my town center. These 3 palisades were not available, so the bunny actually went back because it could not path around that straggler tree. And now these bunnies are going to my town center, and I'm gonna take them as soon as they get near my town centers. Hitbox. Need another house. And all of this wood is refundable when you delete your gates. So it's not even that expensive to set it up. We're gonna click up on 27 population. And all the rabbits are already in. Now we delete the palisade gate and palisade walls. And click up. The last 2 villages will basically want to go on stone, but also collect 10 gold with 2 trips, so that you have 20 gold collected in total. The reason we do it this way is because if someone else is selling stone, you'll have the gold income you need to click up to the next stage. While going up, I want at least 5 farms. I want berries, 4 on the sheep. And this villager, after it is done collecting the 10 gold, will go back to the sheep, and then these villagers will go to straggler. Position your villagers to make the market and the blacksmith. I'll make them somewhere there. The new villagers will go to wood. 2 villages make the market, 1 villager makes the blacksmith. Get the wood and the farm upgrade while you're doing that. Sell 100 stone and click up to the next stage. Now I recommend going for basically 7 farms while you're going up to the next stage. And you want to make sure you only have 300 stone in the bank so that you can place your town centers immediately. Like nothing as complicated. The deer pushing is much easier because you'll have a little bit more food than the rabbits, but if you have rabbits, it's better to do the gate trick than make a mill on the rabbits, especially for arena since there's nothing else happening. Make 2 extra houses while going up. And you'll have the wood income and the food income to make sure you are producing villages the entire time. So I'm already going to think about positioning my town centers. Perhaps 1 over there, 1 over there, and 1 over here. I did not really want that extra 7 stone that I collected because I was not paying attention. I'll get the wood upgrade. And that's basically it. The next step is to get wheelbarrow after queuing up 2 villagers, and then we'll make farms as soon as you have the wheelbarrow and the wood upgrade being researched. I'll put 3 villagers making a town center each. And now you just have to make sure your TCs never go idle and spend your wood as soon as you have any 60 wood stack. Start making farms immediately. Now we are trying to get to 30 farms as fast as we can. As soon as your town centers are built, put them all on wood and mass produce from all your town centers. And you want to be making sure that you're making a farm. We don't really care about heavy plow. We can't afford it. Other civs can. With Magyars, you cannot do it. If I went up one population up later, or I had deers and stuff, I could afford it. But without any economy bonuses, heavy plow is something generic civilizations cannot afford. And now just try to make sure your town centers are working the entire time. Yeah, and a little bit of idle time. Wheelbarrow does make your villagers not drop off food immediately, but it is an upgrade that you do need when you're making a lot of farms like this. Some force garrison is required to make sure all your TCs are working. This is the time you need to also start making houses. I'm getting close to the 30 farm count, and the 30 farms is the next thing you have to look out for before you start getting handcart. And heavy plow. Those are the 2 things you will try to afford when you are around 30 farmers. So I am at 29 farms. So I can make 1 more farm before I want to research handcart and heavy plow. Around this time, I'll also start sending a couple of villages to gold. And of course, keep spending. If I start stacking any food, that's when I'm thinking about going for that. I'll get handcart. And also want to get heavy plow around now. Next upgrade is gold upgrade. And the thing we want to do is get to at least 45 farms. While doing all of that, I'll also start queuing villagers to the gold and stone, so that we can make a castle to get conscription to research Paladin quicker. Around this time, around 23 minutes is when you want to start saving up the wood you need for your buildings to click up, which is going to be a monastery and a university. And all the new villages will go to gold and stone. This town center can stay on wood for the time being. Eventually want to get to 50 farms, so that we have no delay in our upgrades. I'll start collecting stone a little bit more heavily. I'll click up and then start getting the upgrade for the stone mine and the gold mine, the second tier upgrades for our gold and stone. Once we do that, Also make the barracks. Now we're up to the next stage. I'll start mining stone a little bit more heavily so that I can get the castle up as soon as we are researching our first few upgrades, because conscription does boost up our speed for our stuff very quickly. Get armor upgrades for your cavalry. Of course, in this case, I'm playing Paladin. And I want 50 farms, which is what I am trying to get to. Start making stables. I'm missing 2 farms, which I'll make now. And I have finished my 50 farm. Actually, I might be on 51. Nope, I'm on 53, which is fine. Okay, that should be enough villages on the stone. Get my upgrades for my armor, bloodline, husbandry. Keep making villages until I'm 130 villages. That should be enough. Send villages outside to make the castle. Usually the upgrade you want to be targeting when you're making the castle is Paladin. The Cavalier does research fast. Oh, I forgot houses. That's pretty bad. But the main upgrade you're actually targeting is Paladin, because Paladin takes a long time to research. So having conscription, making it 33% faster to research, is what we are willing to go for a castle for. Get the Cavalier upgrade and +4 armor immediately. Start queuing up a couple of knights as well. And my castle was slightly delayed, but it's fast enough to make sure I get it before I click Paladin upgrade. I want to get it to at least 10 stables while I'm doing all of that. I'll get rid of the scout. It's been annoying me for a while. And once I have conscription on the way, it will boost up my production like crazy. It's all about keeping up the 50 farmer count alive, because your farms are going to be starting to run out. Click the Paladin upgrade immediately and then start queuing up Cavalier from all your stables, so that you are shift queuing your production and making sure you're always producing units. I'm just gonna try to max out. And I do not recommend getting the tier 3 upgrades for your wood and farm until you're 200 population. So wait for that. Sell a little bit of stone and wood if you want, just to make sure. I don't recommend selling stone as much in case you want extra castles on the map. Like, you can add more villages to stone right now. But if you want to just have mass production for your cavaliers, I do recommend selling wood or Paladin in this case. Start taking resources on the outside when your main gold and your extra gold are starting to run out. And we have Paladins in 31 minutes, 31 and a half. I could have done it like maybe 20 seconds faster if everything was perfect. And if it was a deer map, I could probably do it at 30 minutes plus 30 and 200 population in like 32 minutes with pure Paladins. Usually is a good way to do it. Like 50 farms is all you need to make sure your stables never go idle.
Make 3 houses.
And that's basically the end. Now you can support your ally by getting the wood and the farm upgrade after your 200 population, and start getting coinage and setting up markets. Like right now, the next few steps would be to make markets and setting up trade for the team and get like these 2 upgrades in the market and get the last banking upgrade, because every resource you're going to be stacking right now should be sent to allies. And once you're running out of some gold and stuff in your base, you can send them on stone so that you can make more castles everywhere on the map. I'm mean, fighting Bohemian Halberdier is not the best idea, but even against pure Halberdiers, you just have better unit quality. You can technically kind of beat it if you just spam into it and overwhelm it with numbers. Start making trebs if you want to support your
Make 3 houses.
ally with giving him trebs to take down castles and stuff. But that's basically the end of the build order. And make sure you start following me more for 1v1 stuff. I'm gonna be focusing more on my own 1v1 tournaments and improvement. But this is the last team game content I would kinda make for the time being. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed and learned something, and I'll see you guys next time.